Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello there, my Level Up friends. Welcome back. I'm so happy and excited that you're here today to spend some time with me. And I'm also really fired up about what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about a topic that I believe is one of the most powerful, but not only powerful, like it's really transformational. And that's what we want to do, right? We want to transform. We want to transform our life, our business, ourselves. And it's also one of the most sacred and special parts of our human potential. We lose sight of what we are actually born to do and capable of doing. So today we are going to talk about dreaming. Okay. Like just dreaming. Like, what do you want your life to be like? What do you want your business to be like? What do you want the next 5 years to be like? What would that ultimate life vision be for you? So when we talk about dreaming, we're not just talking about fantasizing. We're not talking about wishing. Like what I really want to talk about is the bold, soul aligned, like your soul feels it, purpose-fueled, limitless vision that lives inside of you. So we're going to talk about building the skill of dreaming. And that's the thing, you guys, like you're not born with the ability to dream. Although I shouldn't say that because we're going to talk about childlike belief. And I believe we were all born with that. Like we just have no worries. We have no cares. We have no bills. We have no, like we're literally a child. But as we get older, it's a skill that we must develop because here's the truth. Many of us stop dreaming somewhere along the way. Like life happened. Maybe we got burned. Maybe we failed. Maybe we went for something and we missed it. Maybe we earned something and we lost it. Like we grew up and slowly but surely we started operating out of our past instead of our vision. And I want that to end today. And the way that ends is actually realizing what we're doing. Like, wow, I didn't even realize it. Do you ever like think about your future goals and get really excited? Like, well, I haven't done that yet. Why would I do it now? Right. Or maybe you'd be thinking about this ultimate relationship you want to have and like, yeah, but my last 3 really sucked. So why would the next one be any different? And again, that's operating from our past. And we know with what we think about, we bring about. So if we keep focusing on things, we're going to keep attracting those things. So we want that to really end today. And we're going to talk about why does dreaming matter? Because it does. How do we build the ability to dream? How do we release the past? And I'm not really, we're not going to get into trauma here, but how do we get rid of those beliefs that are not serving us? How do we release the past? And how do we tap into that childlike belief that is so real and it's so raw and it's so amazing? How do we use our imagination as a game changer in your life and in your business? And how to move from dream to bold, align, consistent action? Because dreams are good, right? But then we want to take that dream and now create the life of that dream. Because what is dreaming without action? I mean, it's just wishing. That's fantasizing. And we weren't made to wish. We were made to create. All right. So what we're going to talk about first is the power of dreaming. Like, why does this matter? And some people are like, my brain is not wired that way and I'm a realist, and that's fine. That's fine. Maybe this episode is not for you. Or maybe this episode is for you because that's a story you've been telling yourself and we want to end that today. Like if you have the ability to dream and you can dream and we have one life and we have no dress rehearsal, why are you settling? Why are you such a realist? Why aren't you dreaming? Why don't you believe that you could have everything that you possibly can? Okay. So let's start here. Why is dreaming important? And why am I talking about this on an entire episode? And I am, because your dream is the seed of your destiny. So if you're here to level up, if you're here to change your business, if you're here to change your health, if you're here to change your finances, whatever, you've got a dream of actually what you want instead of just complaining about what you don't want. And if you're not dreaming, the reality is you're not growing. You're not expanding. You're not stepping into your next level. You're literally ho-hum. You're wandering. You're settling. Dreaming gives you direction, right? It gives you vision. It ignites your heart. Like when you have a dream that keeps you up at night and wakes you up in the morning, it ignites your heart. It moves you from surviving to thriving. It gives you something to think about, to focus, and to know why you're doing what you're doing. But here's what happens. We start living from our past instead of our purpose. And what we do is we say things like, that didn't work before. Or I tried it and I failed. Or I've watched so many other people do it and it didn't work for them. Why would they do it for me? Or he and she has been doing this for a while and I haven't seen results. Or I don't want to get my hopes up again. But here's the truth. It's like the truth. We need to hear the truth. Okay. We can't move forward if we're anchored in the past. Our past is done. Now, the thing about our past is we can always learn from it. Like, your past is there to, like, what do you love about it? What don't you love about it? What do you want to change? What do you want to keep doing? But it is finished. It's not you. It was an experience. Your past was a teacher. Your past was a stepping stone, but it is absolutely not your identity. And the longer you stare at that closed door, which that closed door represents your past, the longer you delay the open, right? To open the one that's sitting there right in front of you, which is all of your hopes and all of your dreams and your potential and your new goals. We were designed to operate out of imagination. Like, think about that. Like, imagination, that's how we create new realities. That's how we level up. And so your dream and your soul is actually whispering, this is what you were made for. What are you waiting for? And maybe this podcast was just that nudge that you need to be like, why am I settling? I want to dream, because imagination is your superpower. So it's your superpower, but like, imagination is everything. It's every breakthrough. It's every world-changing idea. It's probably every book that's ever been written. It's most goals that have ever been set. It's that bold, brave ask. Every moment, every invention, it started in the same place. Somebody had the courage to dare to dream. And the thing about imagination is divine. Like, it's the portal to the life that you were created to live. It's that little entranceway saying, like, you ready? Do you want to like peek in here? Do you want to have the courage to go in here? Stop looking at these blank walls of just whatever, when you can imagination in color and big and bold. And when you use your imagination intentionally, like, we literally rewire our brain. It's like we get excited about our life. We get passionate about our business. We get lit up. You align with vision. You raise your energy and you become absolutely magnetic. And when you become magnetic, people feel that. But now let's look at the flip side. When we live in our past, when we replay our old wounds, our rejections, our fears, our failures, guess what happens? We stay stuck. We lose momentum. Our vision gets cloudy. We start to wonder if we have what it takes. We look for something else to light the flame. Imagine trying to dive forward with your eyes totally fixated on the rearview mirror. You're not going to go anywhere. And if you do, you're going to crash. So let's go. Give yourself permission to dream again. And that's where your power is. You know, I said yes to my business 19 years ago. And the main reason I said yes, I believe in my products. I believe in my industry. I believe in my company. And I pray you do too. But I said yes because one conversation lit something inside of me. It gave me hope. I didn't realize that at 36 years old, like, I led a good life. I was like, when did I stop dreaming? When? When did I believe I could do anything? When did I believe there was no glass ceiling for my potential or my income? When did I stop believing that I could impact thousands or millions of lives? When did I stop settling? When did I start accepting good and giving up great? And so often, I've talked about this on past episodes, like when you're a kid and you have this childlike belief, which we're going to get into in a second, like you believe you could do anything. And then you become an adult and you put those hopes and those dreams in this little tiny box and you put that box on a shelf. And every once in a while, you take that box out and you open it up and you get excited and you talk about plans. And then life happens, or an obstacle happens, or a limiting belief shows up. And then you wrap up that gift and you put it back on that shelf. And that's where your imagination goes, on that shelf. And so I feel so grateful because 19 years ago, my business gave me hope and I felt like that child. So why is what is childlike belief and why do we need it? And so I really want to talk about this because it's really big. What childlike belief is, it's completely unfiltered. It's raw. It's unshaken. It doesn't have opinions of others, and it's pure faith. You ever notice, like, you have to tell a child, like, don't touch the stove, it's hot. Don't go near the balcony, you could fall off. Don't get out of a moving car. Not that they could today, but it's like kids don't know. They don't sit there analyzing if they're qualified to be an astronaut. They don't wonder if they're good enough to be an artist or a football player. They just decide, and they believe without any limits, and they imagine really freely. And they see a world of endless possibilities. Why? Because no one told them yet that it's unrealistic. Nobody told them what average is. They're not comparing themselves to people around them. No one's crushed their spirit with doubt, fear, or logic. But we've heard it. Maybe we've heard it from parents, maybe from teachers or friends, or maybe from ourselves, because we always are talking to ourselves. And the idea is to be speaking into ourselves. But slowly our beliefs got filtered. And we started asking permission. We started to use words like realistic. We started focusing on average. We started comparing ourselves to others. We started shrinking our dreams to fit inside other people's comfort zones. It's time to reclaim and own that childlike wonder and belief, that playful curiosity, that bold, unapologetic belief in what is possible. And here's the thing. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know all the answers. All you need to do is believe. Like, belief is the foundation. It's the belief of everything. So why do people stop dreaming? And how do we reignite it? Because I didn't realize that I stopped dreaming till I was given a dream, right? So, and I share that with you because maybe you're wandering through life and you're like, well, I haven't stopped dreaming. Really? Have you? Do you believe in what's possible? Do you pass maybe a home or a car or a boat or see somebody on vacation and you think that that's not for you? It's only for other people. And if that's the case, newsflash, you've stopped dreaming. So why do people stop dreaming and how do we recreate it? And I really want to talk about this because so many adults, leaders, entrepreneurs, parents, high achievers, they stop dreaming, not because they don't want more, but because they're afraid. That word fear is constantly showing up. So they're afraid to fail again. They're afraid to get their hopes up and be disappointed. They're afraid of going for it and possibly missing it. They're afraid of what people will think if they go big and fall short. But here's the truth. Dreaming is not risky. It's not risky. So many are afraid to dream, but I'm going to tell you this, not dreaming is risky. That's what you should be afraid of. Because if you're not dreaming, you're settling. You're living small. You're operating from comfort and not your calling. When we were young, we used to dream of being anything, an astronaut, the president, a prince, princess. But as you get older, your dreams change, focusing less on running the world and more on how you can take your skills and ideas and turn them into something real. Instead of dreaming of going to space or owning a castle, maybe you start dreaming of owning your own business. You'll need a website, a payment plan, a logo, and a way to advertise to new customers. It can all be overwhelming and confusing, but thankfully, that is where today's sponsor, Shopify, comes in. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. What if people haven't heard about my brand? Shopify helps you find your customers with easy to run email and social media campaigns. And what if I get stuck? Shopify is always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer service. Turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and get selling today at shopify.com/level up. Go to shopify.com/level up. Shopify.com/level up. So how do we reignite our ability to dream? Well, number one, we heal. And you've got to acknowledge the fears. Like, where are the fears coming from? What have you not gotten over? What have you just not accepted that fear of failing is part of moving forward? So you've got to acknowledge the fears. What are you afraid of? What are the wounds? What are the stories that you've been carrying around like baggage that aren't serving you at all? Let them rise to the surface and then release them, because you cannot soar with baggage on your back. You cannot go out there and walk 10 miles if you have 100 miles of stuff on your back. Forgive yourself. You two things you could look at. You could either look at your past and say, I did the best that I could with what I knew, or you could say, you know what? I think I'm really holding on to this because I know I didn't give it my all. I know I didn't give it my best. And I lived in my excuses instead of my potential. And I'm just going to let that go because I'm going to do something different this time. It's about letting go of the shame, letting go of the should have. Friends, it's over. Should have, could have, would have. It's over. You're exactly where you need to be to create your next chapter. And then the next thing we're going to do is just get still. Especially in today's world, we live in such a world of distractions, such a world of busyness. When was the last time you just got still? Because your dreams live in the quiet. Like sometimes we don't even know what our dreams are. We think we have dreams that maybe we should have. Maybe they're dreams that other people want for you or for them. And you're kind of like, living their life, but get really quiet. What do you want? Journal, visualize, ask yourself, if I knew that I couldn't fail, if my results were guaranteed, what would I create? Because I feel like when you ask yourself those questions, you're going to get some pretty brave and bold answers. And then dream with boldness. Like, don't shrink it. Don't explain it. Don't edit it. Don't water it down. Let it be big. And then we want to build the skill of dreaming. And, this is kind of like, I guess, somewhat practical, because dreaming is a skill. And like any other skill, how does that work? It's going to get stronger the more you use it. The more you build your discipline, it gets stronger. The more you build your focus, it gets stronger. The more you build your vision, it gets stronger. The more you build your skill of dreaming, it gets stronger. So how do you build it? First, set a dream time, like literally schedule it. So that could be 15 minutes a day to visualize your future. Again, sitting in the stillness. Now that we've sat in silence, we know what our dream is. Sit in silence, feel it. Feel it as if it's already yours. Journal it. Make it real in your mind. The second thing, which we talk about all the time, and I love it, create a vision board. Like your brain loves images. Like it's recording those images. Put your dreams where you can see them. Train your mind to believe they're normal. This is normal. This is available for me. This is what I'm creating. This is what I'm moving towards. This is my future reality. Third, speak your dreams. Like speak about them. Get yourself excited about them. It's bringing that imagination to life. So speak about your dreams out loud. Say, I'm building a 6-figure business. I'm building a 7-figure business. I'm leading thousands of people. I wake up excited about life. I'm attracting the most amazing people on my team. I am an entrepreneur. I am a leader that somebody wants to follow. I'm a leader of influence. I live in my dream home. Speak it into reality. Number 4, surround yourself with visionaries. You guys, your proximity is everything. We probably touch on this in almost every single episode. Be around people who dream big. There are people that see a glass as half empty. There are people that see a glass as half full. It's like hang out with the people that are talking about, traveling, or whether it's homes or whether it's moments or whether it's whatever it is, who dream big, because energy is contagious. Get into rooms that stretch you. Like if that conversation is making you uncomfortable, rise to the conversation, because I've seen it firsthand when I'm in a room and I feel like I'm bigger than the people in the room. I'm in the wrong room. Okay. Like we kind of think then we're better than we really are. I want to be around people who have more faith, follow Jesus even better than I do. It's like it makes me be inspired to be more. They're doing more. They're building God's kingdom bigger than I am. They're leaving a bigger impact. It's like those are the people that I want to be around and aspire to collaborate with to move my needle forward. 5, detach from the how. And that doesn't mean you don't need an action plan, okay? But the dream is yours. And just know that the how is going to be unfolding. Like when you know you're going to create something and you're absolute, trust it, keep moving. Don't let uncertainty shut down your dream. So when you think about dreaming, like how does this change your business? People are like, oh, dreaming has nothing to do with business. Yeah, it does. And I want to say this really clearly so the people in the back can hear me. Dreaming changes everything in your business. And so why? Because when you dream, you attract bigger, you lead with more vision, you inspire more people to rise, you stop playing defense and you start playing offense, you make bold moves instead of safe ones, you become magnetic to opportunity, people, and abundance. Your energy shifts and people feel it. And here's the thing, people don't follow a product. They follow vision. They follow belief. And if you're not dreaming, you're just managing. And managers maintain, leaders build. You want to grow a business that sets your soul on fire, dream bigger, then act like it's done and take the bold steps required. So how do we go from dreaming to bold action, right? We've decided what we want. We visualized our dream. We know that it's important. We're ready to move, okay? And we want to bring this home. And dreaming without action is wishing, okay? And you know what wishing is? It's very passive. And action is powerful. So here's how to move from dream to doing, right? So number one, I'm really big on like breaking things down into steps. You don't need to have it all at once. Just ask, what's the bold, like I always say, let's say you have a goal by December 1. Okay. And I've been training my team on this. You have a goal, you're committed, you write that goal down. You're going to know what it's going to take, right? Whether it's sale wise, whatever, to achieve that goal. Write that goal. Now back step the months. And then we need to know what we need to do, right? That's taking the steps. And then also think every day, what's the one bold step I could take that aligns with my vision? Okay. Number 2, commit to consistency. Consistency isn't sexy, but momentum is very sexy. And the way you create momentum is consistent activity compounded over time. Success isn't sexy. It's built in the boring. It's built in the daily. It's built in the discipline. Number 3, don't wait for permission. Like no one is coming to anoint you. No one is coming and saying, you are now ready. You can grow to the next level. Give yourself permission to get up off your tush and go. Get into action mode. Number 4, embrace imperfect action. And waiting to feel ready, you know what that is? It's the enemy of dreaming. We end up waiting and then and then we come up with excuses. And oh my gosh, and my kids are home and I'm going to do so much better when they're at school, or I'm going to do better when they're 2 years older. Or I'm going to do better. Blah, 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 blah. Just start, because the clarity comes from movement. Okay. And number 5, celebrate like it's already done. Like embody the future, act like it's already yours. That frequency will bring it to life faster than you ever imagined. So, friends, here's the thing. Dreaming is the greatest gift we have been given. The greatest gift. We have the ability to dream, we have the ability to imagine, and we have the ability to create. It's your vision, it's your power, it's your unique fingerprint on this world. Don't waste another day playing small. Dream wildly, dream loudly, dream with your whole soul, and then move with conviction, because the world doesn't need more realistic thinkers. The world needs visionaries, and the world needs you. So I love you. I believe in you. I am cheering for you. Go out. We talk about leveling up. That's why you're here. Go build the life of your dreams and dream really big and really bold. Love you, friends.